Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from Gentlemen's Club.
1,000 single women showed up to a church singles event. And only like 20, 30 men showed up.
20 to 1,000? Damn.
See,
It's not even 1%.
I tried to let y'all slide on roasting y'all when I saw you bitches was going on that Pop the Balloon show. I tried to let you slide, but see this is when I got something to say. And bitch, y'all full of cap. Y'all full of shit. All the shit that y'all get on here talking is for the internet.
Yep.
It's not how you feel in real life. See, in real life, you bitches actually want a man. But you get on the internet and cap for one another because you don't want nobody to know
You
that
want
you
a
want a
man.
man, because you don't want to be called a pick-me. You don't want to be called male-centered. You don't want to be called this. You don't want to be called that. And that's why you bitches lose. You fail every time you try to cap for the internet. See me, bitch? Oh, I want a man. Any bitch know me or tell you Nay has always wanted a man. Male-centered bitch, you call me whatever you want to call me. Because one thing about my man, he paying all my motherfucking bills, baby. All of them. Not some, not a couple, all of them. So, bitch, you damn skippy, I'm male-centered, and I'm going to stay male-centered, because one thing about you, fishy, pussy-smelling bitches, y'all ain't going to fucking pay my bills. So what the fuck I look like worried about what y'all think?
Okay.
Like, that's so obvious, right? Someone's taking care of you, paying all your bills. Yeah, it behoove you to be nice and take care of them back, so you can keep getting all the benefits from that person. I'm not saying to do it just to get only benefits, but I'm just saying reciprocate.
Y'all, I'm so serious right now. How are y'all dating in this day and age? Like, I'm not ready to put myself back out there, but if I were, I've done the dating apps. Like, I did Bumble a couple times, and I met great people that I'm actually still friends with to this day. But I just feel like the dating apps are more of like a hookup situation for most people.
Yeah.
I know that there's like
I definitely feel most people, men, use dating apps as hookup, and then most women just use it as validation. That's the two ways people use it.
one in a million. My sister being one of them, who met her dude. He was the only guy that she swiped on, and they went on a first date. It went great. They just kept going on dates, and now they're married and have a baby. Like, I know that there are success stories from dating apps, but I feel like the majority of people that are on it aren't really serious about finding a life partner. So I'm just curious, where are you finding your people to date? Because I really just know that Facebook Messenger is not it. Please do not message me on there ever, ever. Like, if I didn't share my
It kind of like shows her age a little bit when she said Facebook Messenger. Facebook is definitely a little bit of an older crowd kind of app.
daily devotionals on Facebook, I would have deleted the app by now, for real. I joined a gym last summer, and was just kind of looking around while I was working out. Most of the dudes had rings on, which is cool. But like, I'm serious, where are you guys meeting people to date? Because don't really get out of the house that much. I don't drink anymore, so I don't really go to the bars. It is Friday night, and I just went to the grocery store. So.
Translation. I'm post-wall. I'm desperate. I can't get any attention. How do I get attention?
Anyway, sometimes Kroger does have some cute guys, but again, most of them are married. So anyway, where are y'all finding your godly men? Let a sister know. I love y'all.
All right, I'm going to get straight to this. I want a partner. I want to find a husband. I want to find a partner. I am ready. I've prayed on it, and I've done all the work, all the self-growth.
How do you know you've done all the work? I'm confused by when women always say, I've done the work. What was the work? What did it do? What are you even speaking of, right? Because women always say it, but they're still broken. They're still always the same person. The work is all of a sudden, I raised my standards. My standards now, I want no brokies. Now I did all the work. I don't need brokies anymore. It's just, okay, you dumb.
I have invested in myself to become the best woman, the best version, the best partner, the best future wife.
So nothing. You done
And
nothing.
the problem now is, where are those men? Right? Can't find them on social media. I mean, some women do. I have not. Dating apps are terrible. I go to church, but I don't meet no one at church. I work from home, so I don't step out a lot. Where are they? Are they in the US? Are they in another country? What do we do? Us women that are ready. We're ready to commit. I've done the job. I'm just waiting up. And it sucks. And I know other girls feel this.
I don't know about y'all, but I need my man. And I think that's why y'all don't believe in marriage, or y'all don't want marriage anymore, because y'all haven't met a man that you need. I need mine. Yeah, it's not just a want. I don't just lust him, desire him, and want him. I need him. I absolutely know that he is assigned to me. He is my purpose partner. And when you have that understanding, you just don't talk to that type of man any type of way. That's why you need to make sure when you get married that you're actually aligned. This ain't just about a good time and throwing me around the bedroom and paying some bills, baby. Are you assigned to the kingdom purpose that's on my life? Yeah, when you meet that man, you talk a little different.
I want a man who understands me, who understands my journey, who understands my pain, my hurt, my frustration, my grind, my emotions.
We don't care. We just don't damn care. Like, we don't care about your grind and all, because you don't care about ours, right? You don't care about how hard it was for us to get to where we are and all of this, nor do we care about all the mistakes and all the things you did in your past, because we don't care for you.
I want a man who listens. I want a man who sees. I want a man who understands me as a woman, who understands cry for help without the cry. I want a man who understands my plead without the plead. I want a man who understands my need for defense mechanism. I want a
Again, you just want someone to just read your mind and never have to do any work in the relationship and him know how to do everything. You're fucking useless.
man who says, I got you no matter what. I want a man who says, I'm gonna protect you no matter what. I want a man who said, regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what you're chasing, I'm gonna have your back 110%. I want a man who's willing to be my man through every aspect.
Women like this expect to make horrible mistakes, do horrible things to you, and expect you to forgive them.
Of me, my life, and my journey. I want a man who is God-fearing, a man who is placed here because of God, to show me things that I've never seen before, to help.
If that was the case, every man was placed here because of God, if you want to say it that way.
Lead me in ways that I didn't think was possible. I want a man to be a man meant for me.
They're drafting women now for war. Okay, let it be known, when the feminist movement was happening, I didn't support it. Because not a day, and you can screenshot this, send to the Times, baby, not a day did I support and want equal rights with men. No, I've always wanted more rights. Okay? Favoritism, sprinkle, sprinkle. So the only army I'm serving in is the Lord's. Thank you, amen.
It's okay if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know the right path.
Women just think they can just skirt laws. If laws were to change, you're going to get drafted. It's just how it works.
Or you don't know if the decision you're making is right. I really believe you should be seeking God in every single decision. And even if you're not sure, that's okay, because if something isn't for you, no matter how much you try to make it work, God will literally put the biggest roadblock in front of you. So don't be so scared if you're like taking a risk with something or someone, because at the end of the day, if something isn't for you, he will show you. But then again, it's your choice if you take it. And if you need God to show you, just ask him to slap it in your face, because sometimes we're a bit oblivious. And but I really believe if it's yours, it will come, and nothing can stop it. No matter how fast you try to run, it's gonna be there. He's gonna be like, hello, your thing that you're trying to run away from is right there, babe.
So my husband told me that he's just really on a search for peace right now. And, you know, he just feels like being away from me and the family is what's helping him to stay at peace. And he just cannot be around me. Now, if this is something that your spouse has said, I need you to understand, number one, that what they are feeling, what they are seeking is a counterfeit peace. And number two, they are not trying to find peace. They are actually running from shame. Because of course you feel at peace when you're running from the very thing that's going to hold you accountable. When you feel shame and guilt, it's very heavy, and you don't want to be around the very thing that makes you feel those things. And this is not to justify what they're doing, because it's not okay. But I need you to understand that if we know God is the God of peace, and we know that it's only through God that we obtain everlasting peace, if we know the Bible says that the wicked does not have any peace, and I'm not saying that your spouse is wicked, if we know those things to be true, how is it that you can come into agreement with the idea that your spouse being away from you, being away from the covenant that God has given him, is actually giving them peace? You have to ask yourself,
The logic in this is just like, she spoke for what, a minute almost, and spoke nothing.
what holds more weight, the word of God or the word of my husband, who has fallen short, who is separate?
The person that actually is being affected, that needs some help, that needs support from you, that asked for the support, now you brought God into this, and he's not godly enough.
From Christ, who is walking in his flesh and not being led by the Spirit. There's nobody on earth, there is no man or woman on earth that is more powerful than God, whose words hold more power and weight than God. Once you have the understanding that it is God who approves you and not your spouse, you will be able to see straight through what your spouse is saying. You will be able to put down your carnal understanding and your carnal mind and pick up things in the Spirit. You'll be able to see the truth of what's going on, which is seeing things through the perspective of God. So if you are struggling with pulling your identity out of your spouse, where everything they do, everything they say defines who you are, and you allow it to define who you are, DM me the word ready, and I'll send you a link to hop on a one-on-one call with me so I can give you practical
Of course it's some kind of scam slash
ways on how to strengthen your identity in Christ.
I did not know that the feminist rhetoric had gotten so bad, like it's so far gone, to the point where it has convinced you ladies that motherhood is not even worth doing.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
Do y'all know it's women out here who can't even fucking have kids? It's women out here who's like literally at the church altar praying on their knees every day to bear a child. But then you have women in the same world who have opted out because they say, oh, it's a sacrifice. I don't want to give up this and give up that. Like, you know, we weren't put here to live for ourselves, right? Like, this is insane. Feminism done fucked y'all up. It's, ooh, boy.
It really did.
Nobody's
It's just the selfishness of everything. It's me, and it's not me and mine. Like, if it was me and mine, it made more sense. But it's not. It's just me only.
approaching you. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody's asking you on dates. Nobody even looks at you, and they're not going to, because you have standards and you're not going to fold easily. I'm starting to realize that
How do you know they have standards? By just looking at them.
maybe all the girls that are talked to, asked out, they just have different standards than you. They're just willing to fold a lot quicker than you. They're just willing to go with whatever that man said.
They got approached in the first place. You didn't. What the hell are you even talking about?
As more than you. And when you have standards, and when you have God in your life, or when you know your worth, let me tell you, most men who don't even recognize that, who are not going to abide by that, who don't respect that, will not speak to you. It is loud. You can see it on your skin. You can see it on your body language. You can see it in how you speak.
Yeah, and it's very unattractive all over you when we see it.
And that's why they will not approach you, because they're like, I gotta come correct if I'm gonna talk to her. So if you feel bad, the fact that you feel like people don't ask you out, people don't flirt with you, people don't give you attention, especially men, remember this: the ones that they're giving attention to is the ones that they know they can take, the ones that they know that they can take advantage of. The ones that they know that are easy, the ones that they know that don't know their worth or are not in a healing journey, those are the ones.
So the women that are just getting approached don't know their worth. They're worthless compared to the women that don't get approached. Right.
That are just not where you are. You've worked way too hard to be easy. You've worked way too hard for just anybody and everybody to be coming at you. You've worked way too hard for you to rely on a man talking to you for you to know your worth. Do not fold. Do not fold easily, because you did not easily get here. And just be comfortable the fact that not everybody is going to talk to you, because not everybody is worth your time, and they know it.
This might piss some people off, but I just want to take a moment and say, thank goodness that so many of us are waking up to the fact that modern day feminism is a literal scam meant to disconnect and separate and isolate women from one another. And not only from one another, but from the natural ways of living. Like, this shit literally goes against nature. Modern day feminism says that women should be out in the workforce working 40+ hour weeks while their children stay at home with a caretaker, that they immediately get put in the school system from age 5 and stay until they're 18.
Remember, the caretaker, you pay to do that.
If not older, if they go to college. And that while women have 4 phases of their cycle that give them extremely different hormone levels and energy levels, that they should be doing the exact same routine every day, every week, and every month.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but fuck that. Like, I am down for the boss babe shit. I am building 2 businesses right now. I think women should be running their own empires if that's what they want. But it can be done the feminine way. Women are meant to be provided for so they can stay home and take care of their children and be the actual parent to their child. They're supposed to rest during their moon cycle. They're supposed to frolic around naked and connect to their bodies and connect to the earth.
I don't know about all this.
And be the caretaker. They're not meant to be in hustle all the time. They're not meant to be in doing mode all the time.
I can admit this. Like, yes, women are not meant to be hustle mode all the time.
We're meant to be. And we're meant to be in community, surrounded by other women, letting them support our children as well. Being in community vibes is essential. And what does modern day feminism do? Separates us from that as well, turns women against each other as competitors instead of allies, and makes us work until we're too tired to function, amongst so many other tragic things. So if you're still stuck in that modern day feminism trap, let me just tell you that you deserve to be rich, you deserve to be your own boss, you deserve to do all of the things a man does too, but there is a unique
You don't deserve shit.
way that you're meant to do it that is separate on a physiological and biological level from how a man is supposed to do it. And learning to embrace that is learning to embrace your true nature.
Constantly amazed how many women think feminism is a good thing. Women have been so lied to. Feminism was created to separate families. We valued our sense of independence so much that it took away our strong sense of family unit. Kids are being raised by government childcare. Women are working just as many hours as the men are, but are still expected to go home and take care of their children. It's a 24/7 job to be a woman living in America. This isn't the American dream. The American dream is living off of one income, the man provides, and we depend on them. The American dream would be women taking care of themselves, the home, their children, their husband. Women are meant to be gardening, cooking good food, nurturing the ones that they love. That's when women get a strong sense of self, and when they're in their true feminine energy.
No, they should be boss babes, building industries and becoming CEOs. Duh.
That's when they thrive. You cannot convince me that women were meant to work a 9-to-5 job just like a man is. You see other women being taken care of. Maybe they're cooking, they're taking care of the children, and they're being there present. And you think, wow, I would love that. When a woman is in her soft feminine era, she thrives. And that's what any woman wants. Society has brainwashed us to think independence is a good thing, when in reality, it just breaks families apart. Now, don't get me wrong, I think feminism can be a good thing, but I just feel like it shouldn't have come at the cost of losing the family unit. Nobody has a strong sense of family, and why is that? I would strongly suggest that
There are groups of people that do. Like, I do know, like, the more immigrant demographic is definitely more family oriented than the American born and American culture itself.
Independence, when girl bossing a little too hard, took away the strong urgency of having a family.
Masculine men don't want to marry feminists, and here's why. Feminist women think that they're equal to men, so they also want to be in charge of the relationship. The problem with this is that you can't have two people leading. You can't do this job 50-50, it just doesn't work. And a feminist woman will never be okay with the man leading and her having to submit to his leadership. They think that this is oppression. They want to lead because they want power and control in the relationship. These women criticize their man, they mock him, they don't support him, and they emasculate the man by getting him to also submit to feminism with the equal partners mindset. They also question his competence instead of trusting him to lead. This is how majority of women disrespect their man, and ironically, these are all the things that feminists do in relationships.
You know, a long time ago, y'all, I used to be a strong, independent woman. But now, oh, I need somebody. I need my significant other. I don't care what y'all say. I need him. A lot of y'all be like, I don't need nobody and all that. No. I need him. I sure do. I need him. I need him to be the man. I need him to be a man to help me take care of these kids. I need my other half. He's my other half. I hope whoever this get by, whoever For You page I come on, I hope you have a man that you truly can love and that can show you a different side of love. Like, I hope you find a man that can lead you the right way. I hope you find a man that you allow to be a man and put his foot down. I hope that you find a man that can lead the household. Yeah. Well, you ain't got to say nothing. You get your ass in there and all you doing is cooking, cleaning. That's really what you doing. You know? You ain't really got no worries or nothing. You ain't got to worry about, is the bills going to be paid? I hope you find that type of man. Because, baby, me, I need my man. I'm just going ahead and tell y'all that now.
Hey, shout outs to all the ladies that say they need their man. Right? They are definitely not the norm. And they get trashed on the internet for even saying these things. Pick-me's and all this. Shout outs to them.
I'm going to go ahead and log out. Thank you.
Ladies, I have a serious question. Serious question. I want to know, why is it a bad thing for a woman to say she needs her man? Like, for a woman to say, I need my man, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like...
Because you're supposed to be strong and independent, don't need no man. Duh.
People make her feel like she has no identity. She's less than a person because she needs her man. And not any man. She needs her husband. Because think about this, right? When things happen in your life, if you say you're single and you out here saying, I don't need no man, or you with a man and you saying, I don't need no man, but things happen, say your car breaks down, you need a man to come help you, right? That happens, right? Your car breaks down, you need a man to come tow it. I need that man to do it, but I don't need my husband. I don't need my partner.
Damn. She got me on that one, right? They do need other men to do all these other little mundane tasks, right? Because they can't do it, but yet they don't need their man.
That to me is like, what's wrong with that? You know, like, I don't get it. Now, of course, we understand, like, it's the difference of needing him and wanting him. But I do need, if you believe in marriage and you understand the value of marriage, understand the value of a husband, like he understands the value of a wife, you understand what it means to truly need your man, like a good man. But I want you to tell me that, like, why is it such a bad thing to say you need your man? Like, why is that wrong?
I cannot imagine having to go through this time in the world, this dark time, without my husband. Ladies, if you don't want the fate of growing old alone, you are in competition with women who actually love and respect men inherently.
True.
That's your competition.
Yep.
And you may say, well, I don't want the kind of men that would require a woman to love and respect him. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Just so open your eyes. Look, it's going to take years probably for you to undo the brainwashing that the feminist agenda has done on you through college, education, through media. But you can do it. I believe in you. Because your competition for men your age is women your age, right? And these women love and respect men. Okay, that's all.
As a man, you cannot say that you value purity and then turn around and put a woman in a position where she's having to tell you no multiple times, where she's having to more or less fight you to protect hers. That's a failure on your end to uphold your own principles. It's the same way with lust. A lot of guys will claim to value modesty and then turn around and like and support and encourage promiscuous content on the internet. But I see
I can actually somewhat agree with her on this.
over and over again is men are just deferring the responsibility to uphold these principles, these virtues onto women because they can't control their own desire. And I've seen this firsthand. I've been on dates with guys who tell me that they like girls with low body counts, like girls who aren't very promiscuous, tell me to my face that they respect me and yet ask me for sexual favors. It's just very hypocritical. It's publicly saying one thing and then behind closed doors acting completely different.
Well, I 100% agree, but that's the game. That's game. That's what game is in the world of dating, is men whispering sweet, sweet nothings to you to bed you.
And some women will do this too. They'll say they hate when men use women for their bodies and then turn around and use men for their money or see no problem with using men for their money. I think at the end of the day, using another human being as a means to an end is wrong. And if you think it's wrong, you shouldn't do it. I'm not making this video to make anyone feel bad or call anyone out. I want to encourage everyone to practice what they preach. I'm telling you right now, you'll be happier with yourself. But by doing so, you will hopefully attract the things you want. Align yourself with the things that you want.
I don't give a fuck about my reputation as a Muslim woman. I spent my whole life being what they said a good Muslim woman should be. I never partied, I never smoked, I never drank, I never took my hijab off, I never touched a man outside of marriage, I never had a rebellious phase, I never listened to music, I never whatever. I was the definition of what they say a good Muslim woman should be. And yet, when I tried to expose a horny dawah bro for sliding into my DMs, the Muslim community tried to rip me apart and destroy my reputation. And that was the biggest wake-up call to me. That was the moment I realized this idea of our reputation is a tool, it's a construct used to control women. As Muslim women,
I think that's a tool to control everyone. Everyone's reputation is a way to be controlled in a sense, right? You don't want to ruin your reputation, so you act accordingly.
We are heavily taught that our worth lies in how we are perceived, and that one little mistake, one mishap can destroy us forever.
No, we always said what your worth is the value that you provide for you and the people around you. I think that's what people usually use what your worth is.
But let's look around. Muslim men can do the very things that we are warned against. They can lie, they can cheat, they can have a past of clubbing and sleeping around and smoking and drinking and have secret wives, secret families, and yet their reputation remains intact. What does that tell us? It tells us that this idea of our reputation is not about morality, it's about control. As a Muslim woman, your reputation can be destroyed for simply being a woman with full autonomy, which means it was never real to begin with. So stop living for how you are perceived to others, because the moment you stop living for their perception is when you can actually just live freely.
Older women are telling younger women not to get married. So I'm on the phone with my grandma, right? We had a conversation, probably almost 3 hours. Within this conversation, me and my grandma talked about everything. We talked about sex. We talked about marriage. We talked about the world. We talked about God. We talked about parenting. We talked about a lot. We talked about some things that happened in her childhood. Like we really had a heart-to-heart conversation, right? And a lot of the times, if you know me, I say to my grandma is one of the dumbest, sweetest persons I know. And not that she's like mentally dumb, but she was dumb for a man, right? And within that, we was talking about just like marriage. And she said, you will see people in the congregation. My grandma is very religious. She love God. You ask her for advice, you gonna get godly advice, okay? And she also Jehovah's Witness. And she said in the congregation, this is what I've noticed over the years that I've been a Jehovah's Witness, right? She said, men will remarry within a year after their wife pass away, and a woman will never get remarried when her husband pass away. She said typically that's how it goes, especially if they're older. And I said, well, why do you think that is? And she said because the men typically don't ever realize that they cause that woman pain, right? And she said the woman don't want to remarry because she finally gets her freedom back. And she don't ever want to lose that again. Huh. I said, well, okay. Well, that's kind of how we see it nowadays, though, Grandma. Like, we don't see a benefit from having a man around, really, because it causes stress and stuff like that. And she said, oh, absolutely. So when the older women start telling younger women it ain't worth it, you know that it was never good even back then.
No, older women are bitter and they tell you lies. They tell you non-truths. Like if older women were back of the day, like the older women of old actually gave you real womanly advice, then yes. But women nowadays do not give each other good advice.
Don't shoot the messenger. Feminism told y'all be strong, independent, and alone. And y'all followed it to the grave. Y'all push all the good men away, call submission slavery, and think being difficult is cute. Now y'all 35 and tired, looking around like, oh, where the good men at? Sis, they moved on. Real men want peace, not problems in a lace front and a loud voice. Feminism sold y'all freedom, but they didn't mention the price. Loneliness.
Ladies, you want to know who men used to go to war for? Because it was sure as heck not the feminists. Men used to go to war for the wives that they had at home. Ready?
Correct.
The wives that cooked them dinner, the wives that made their house a home, the wives that made peace from their work, that were their peace from their work, that were the place that they could go to relax, to have a reprieve, to be happy. That's who men used to go to war for. Not the ladies that were in competition with them. The ladies that they had at home were their peace, they were their happy place. And those men back then, they would do everything for that woman.
True.
Society has lost it somewhere along the way.
True.
But I could sure as heck tell you that they did not go to war for the feminists.
You know, some drank the Kool-Aid and they're deep in that Kool-Aid, and then some are waking up. It's nice to see the waking up ones, right? They're willing to come on the internet and say all these things and go against the sisterhood, go against the narrative. My ladies, please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Catch you guys next time. Ciao.